Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this morning to help us spread the word about a very important program for San Diegans in need. I'm really excited to be joined this morning by City Councilmember Raul Campillo, who represents District 7, where we're proud to be this morning. San Diego Housing Commission President and CEO, my friend Rick Gentry, as well as Brigette Browning, the president of Unite Here Local 30, our incredible hotel workers here in San Diego. And last but certainly not least, Ben Clevenger, who's the president of the San Diego chapter of the California Restaurant Association. I'll dive right in. COVID-19, understandably, has devastated many San Diego families. And today we're here to remind those same families that we have the opportunity to provide some much needed financial assistance during these difficult times. Because of our federal and state representatives who heard our advocacy for rental relief for San Diegans, we now have a fund of $83 million to help struggling renters with past due rent and utility payments. This allows San Diego to distribute these fundings through what we're calling our Housing Stability Assistance Program, which was launched just 1 week ago. Renters can go right now to the Housing Commission's website to see if they're eligible for assistance and apply if they are. This is key to getting our economy back up and running and back on track, because we know that after vaccines, safe and stable housing is critical to our economic recovery. And it's particularly important for our hard-hit sectors of our economy. Specifically, I'm thinking of our tourism, hospitality, and service workers across the city. These are workers who are disproportionately impacted by the pandemic and who are likely slow to be able to return to the workforce. They have been hard hit, but their rent has continued to become due. And many of them are dealing with unsustainable back rent, where that's where this program can come in to help fill in that gap, give them peace of mind, get them focused on getting back to work. As we recover from the pandemic and our businesses hire back workers, we're encouraging employers to also spread the word about this important program. We recognize and know that many businesses had no choice but to cut hours and to reduce positions. And so we ask these employers to let folks know about this program. It may be critical to them bridging the gap as they re-enter the workforce. And this assistance, of course, goes hand in hand with our city's eviction moratorium. As a reminder, right now, residential renters are protected by a ban on evictions, and that will last until at least June 30th and may be extended if the city is still under declaration of emergency. So I'm going to turn this over to my colleagues who are here, but just a reminder to landlords and tenants, you are encouraged to work collaboratively to develop rent repayment plans that ease the stress on really both parties. Let's acknowledge this. We are all in this together. And by working together, we can get San Diego back to work and back to creating a future that works better for all of us. With that said, I'm pleased to introduce someone who's on day 102 of his time as the council member for District 7, and he's doing an extraordinary job. Please welcome to the podium Councilmember Raul Campillo. Raul?
Thank you, Mayor Gloria. Thank you very much for your leadership on the issue of providing much needed relief for struggling San Diegans during the challenging time of COVID-19. Thank you also very much for being here today, Mr. CEO Rick Gentry of the San Diego Housing Commission, for inviting me to join you as well to discuss the city's COVID-19 Housing Stability Assistance Program and encouraging San Diegans in need to apply. We've already had numerous conversations, and the program is off to a great start. Thank you to Bayside Community Center and Interim Executive Director Kim Heinley for hosting us today here in beautiful Linda Vista. This Bayside Community Center is helping so many individuals who are hard hit in Linda Vista with COVID-19, and now the City of San Diego and San Diego Housing Commission are here to help with rental assistance. It's great also to be joined by Brigette Browning of Unite Here Local 30 and Ben Clevenger of the San Diego Restaurant Association, who I've had conversations with already about this issue. The hospitality industry is the backbone of San Diego's economy and small businesses, and in this past year, we've seen devastation that can be wrought when hospitality is interrupted severely. The hospitality industry has been there for the city for decades, and now it's our time to be there for you. Last month at the City Council, I had the honor of making the motion to create the City of San Diego's new COVID-19 Housing Stability Assistance Program. And as Mayor Gloria said, $83 million in federal and state money have been set aside for aid to struggling San Diegans who are experiencing economic hardship as a result of COVID-19. Several million more dollars are being set aside wisely for outreach and communication for this program to make sure that no one is left behind and that people who are struggling, don't have access to internet, or don't speak English can have access to this program as they deserve. We know that COVID has hit those communities hardest, and they deserve to be part of this program as much as anybody and are in severe need of these dollars. And so I thank the Housing Commission for making sure that their outreach program is reaching those communities. I've already had conversations with them about how many applications have come in and have been completed, and it's an extraordinary amount in just under a week. Once the program was approved by the council, the Housing Commission met the moment by immediately launching the informational website with the plan to launch on March 15th, last Monday. And as I said, thousands of applications have already been completed, but we need to do as much as we can to contact more San Diegans in hard-to-reach areas with billboards, by internet, radio, newspaper, interviews, and historically underserved communities as well, to make sure that no one who needs this help falls through the cracks. Thousands of hotel and restaurant workers who were laid off and furloughed for months this past year, or even the entire year, have been put in a very difficult situation by COVID. And so I'm happy to stand shoulder to shoulder with the leaders of these industries to tell these workers that the City of San Diego and the San Diego Housing Commission are here to help you and serve you and make sure that your workers and your employees can take advantage of this program so that we can get through the end of COVID and back onto life as we know it in San Diego. And I'm here to encourage qualifying San Diegans in need in hospitality industry and beyond to use this important lifeline. Again, for those individuals who do not speak English, I'm pleased to see that there are detailed information flyers on the Housing Commission's website, particularly fully translated in Spanish, as well as the partnerships with numerous community-based organizations to help those who speak who do not speak English or Spanish, particularly numerous Asian languages like Vietnamese, Chinese, Korean, and Japanese, as well as many of our immigrant population from Africa, to be able to access those resources. It's incredibly important that we have people know that those resources are there. Could go on and on with how many languages those are, but I'm gonna stop there. And I'm also thankful to those organizations for their volunteer time to make sure that their community members aren't left out. Please, if you know someone or you yourself are in need and are eligible for this assistance through the program, please go to the San Diego Housing Commission's website at sdhc.org. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming out to Linda Vista today, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Gentry. And now I'm happy to introduce San Diego Housing Commission President and CEO, Rick Gentry.
Thank you, Councilmember Campillo. Thank you, Mayor Gloria. It is wonderful to be here. And let me, before I do the remainder of my remarks, just follow up with the council member with some numbers here. Great, thank you. Thank you. I want these numbers to be heard because they really say something about the effort by the city over the past week to get the word out on this program. In the last week, the Housing Commission has received 4,815 applications for this program. There are another 5,437 applications started, but not yet completed. That's 10,252 families have either completed the application or started it. And I think that's pretty good work for 1 week's time. And I think it shows the extent of the need and the extent of the readiness of the city to utilize these much needed federal funds to help needy families here in San Diego. Many workers are struggling with the uncertainty of past due rent and utilities that have built up over the past year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And today we want to make sure that you all know that help is available. The San Diego Housing Commission encourages every low-income household in the city that has been affected by COVID-19 to apply for the COVID-19 Housing Stability Assistance Program. This application is available online at, I'll give you the address right here, COVID Assistance, COVID-ASSISTANCE, one word, .sdhc.org, or it might be simpler just to Google the San Diego Housing Commission, go to the homepage, and follow the instructions from there. The instructions can be completed currently in English, Spanish, or Vietnamese. And to help applicants, we have created videos that guide them through the process. These videos are available right now in English and Spanish on our website, and a Vietnamese version of the video will be available very soon. Help with the application is also available for those who do not have internet access or just need help to apply. And they can call the following number, and that is 619-535-6921. I will repeat, 619-535-6921, a dedicated line for this particular subject. The Housing Commission is also working with some 10 community-based organizations to help San Diegans apply. Many more organizations serving neighborhoods throughout the city can also provide valuable, helpful information. And the Bayside Community Center here, where we're at today, is a great example of one of these organizations. I'll also point out some additional leadership the Housing Commission has received in implementing this program. San Diego Housing Commission board member Johanna Hester is here with us today. Johanna, thank you for being here. Has also helped to coordinate outreach to local labor organizations to help raise awareness of this program. Again, Johanna, thank you so much for that outreach and help. These organizations include the San Diego and Imperial Counties Labor Council and United Domestic Workers Local number 3930. The Domestic Workers Union has sent mass text messages and emails to 30,000 home care workers and 5,000 child care workers to raise awareness of this program. The program helps San Diego renters who have experienced a financial hardship due to COVID-19 and have low income. The households may qualify if their income is less than $92,400 per year for a family of 4. However, before you react too much to that number, I'll point out that the program will prioritize households earning less than $57,750 per year for a family of 4, scaled up and down based on the size of the family. And the overwhelming majority of the applications that have come in have been well below that number. If at least one adult in the household has been unemployed for 90 days, that household also will be prioritized. The program is required to pay past due rent first. That's what you use the money for first, is your past due rent. And after these expenses are paid for qualifying households, the program may be available to help pay upcoming rent if funds remain available. This program will give qualifying families the stability of knowing their past due rent and utility bills will be paid. I want to express my profound thanks to Mayor Gloria for developing this program with the Housing Commission and committing the funding to it. My thanks also to Councilmember Campillo for his strong support for this program to help San Diego families in need. And I'm grateful indeed to the entire City Council for their approval, support, and collaboration in this program. The California Restaurant Association San Diego chapter is also an important partner to raise awareness among its members and their employees. And thank you too to Chapter President Ben Clevenger for your support. Members of the San Diego Housing Commission Board, as I said a minute ago, have provided valuable guidance and leadership in developing this program. And I'll point out that the Housing Commission staff, led by Azucena Valladolid, who's here with us, and Molly Chase, who's here with us, have done wonderful work implementing this program and are working to diligently help these families as fast as possible. Unite Here Local 30 represents the hotel and hospitality workers who are among the hardest hit by the financial impact of COVID-19. They are a vital resource to reach these affected households, and it's my great pleasure to introduce Brigette Browning, the president of Unite Here Local 30. Brigette, I'd love to have you come forward, please. And as a former union steward myself, we welcome and appreciate your support. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a difference an election makes. Hi, I'm Brigette Browning. I'm the president of Unite Here Local 30. We represent more than 6,000 hotel and hospitality workers in the San Diego region. I'm really excited to be here this morning because I'm encouraged to see the city of San Diego come up with this brilliant program for San Diego's COVID-19 Housing Stability Assistance Program. You don't hear a lot about us in the news, but the workers in the tourism industry have been completely devastated by this pandemic. A year ago this month, hotels and event centers began to completely shut down, putting tens of thousands of tourism workers on furlough or permanent layoff with little or no warning. The vast majority have not returned to work yet. With nowhere to turn to, hotel and hospitality workers began lining up by the hundreds and sometimes by the thousand outside of our union office every day. Almost overnight, our office became a triage center connecting hotel and hospitality workers with resources for food and bills. And we're still doing this today. The State of California EDD Department reported that from December of 19 to December of 2020, the leisure and hospitality industry led our region in the largest year-over decline in employment, with a loss of approximately 53,000 jobs in the San Diego area. The sad fact is that many of our communities were already struggling with the cost of living when our tourism industry shut down. These jobs are historically low-paying jobs, and often those who rely on them struggle to support their families and are overwhelmingly women, immigrants, and people of color. We need more resources funneled directly to these families and to their communities. And I personally am very tired of hearing about big corporations getting millions of dollars of government money, and none of it is going to the workers. We think that the employees deserve their fair share too. It's totally unacceptable to us, and we should all be outraged by that. In order for us to come out of this and not leave our most vulnerable behind, it's going to take real leadership at every level of government in our state. And to that end, I'd like to thank our Mayor, Todd Gloria, for his leadership in this endeavor, and I'd like to thank the San Diego Housing Commission for doing such a great job in implementing and facilitating the rollout of this program. The COVID-19 Housing Stability Assistance Program truly is a lifeline for workers, my members, and an important step in providing some stability while they begin to navigate their economic recovery. And next, I'd like to introduce Ben Clevenger from the Restaurant Association.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Ben Clevenger. I am the current president of the San Diego Restaurant Association for the California Restaurant Association. I own Eastbound Bar and Grill in the Hills local pub in La Mesa. On behalf of the California Restaurant Association, I want to thank Mayor Todd Gloria, Councilmember Raul Campillo, and the San Diego Housing Commission for their leadership in developing housing stability assistance. The more than 83 million committed and now available through the Housing Stability Assistance Program will greatly assist those individuals and families that may have fallen on hard times due to the pandemic. The HSAP program will assist individuals and families in need by providing financial assistance to form of grants with past due rent, utility bills, and internet service to ensure those who are in need get the help and the backup that they can. The CRA, along with the City of San Diego Housing Commission, are fully committed to helping individual families and communities in need during this economic recovery. As we all know, the road to recovery for many will take time, and that is why we are so thankful to Mayor Todd Gloria, the City of San Diego, and the San Diego Housing Commission funding and implementing programs like this and assisting the well over 300,000 team members that we have in the restaurant and hospitality industry, and we're very thankful for the invitation of being here today. And we want to say thank you to the public in San Diego. It has been a year, and we are starting to slowly come back from this, and we really appreciate the support in the restaurant industry, and we're happy to announce Restaurant Week will be back starting next month on April 11th. So thank you for having us, Mayor Gloria.
I think at a time when we need some good news, it's good to hear that Restaurant Week is coming back, and I'm grateful to San Diegans who created the circumstances to allow that to be the case. Last week when we transitioned from purple to red tier, that's because of San Diegans. That's because of people following the public health order, doing the right thing even when it's hard. We are seeing promise, we're seeing light at the end of the tunnel. We've moved to the red tier. Our schools reopen that same day. I think that that's a great night for families maybe to go enjoy a restaurant instead of going home. I want to wrap up. Thank you, Ben, Brigette, Rick, Raul, for being here. I want to acknowledge the fact that when these dollars are made available, and we asked the Housing Commission to work quickly to get these dollars out, Rick didn't know if it was possible, but as with pretty much everything the Housing Commission is tasked with, you found a way to make it happen, and I'm grateful to you and your team, Rick. And this is important because we're interested in drawing down some more dollars for this. As you've heard, over 10,000 San Diego families trying to access these dollars in just the first week. We know that there's a need for more. And as you've heard from our CEO, the ability to quickly put the program in place to allow folks to apply, and doing it, as Brigette sort of alluded to, in a way that we have not normally done. By doing it in the way the council member acknowledged, in language diversity, engaging community-based organizations to make sure that no one is left out or uninformed, you all being here today to help us get the word out. The message to our state and federal partners, for whom we are eternally grateful for helping provide these dollars, that as more dollars become available, send them to San Diego, we can put them to work. We have a tourism-based economy that has been hard hit. And as Ben and Brigette mentioned, many of their colleagues and workers are impacted. Every dollar that we can get into this rental relief fund, this utility relief fund, will be used quickly to help people get back on their feet and get back to work. That's the goal here today. I appreciate Bayside for giving us an opportunity to be here today, a great community-based organization that does a lot of good work year-round, but has been particularly critical during the pandemic. And we'll come back again and again and again until we make sure that San Diegans are squared away, well cared for, and a part of an economy that builds us back better than we were before. We know that there were inequities that existed before. I think this program is indicating to you that as a city that sees that inequity and is going to endeavor to try and fix it. So thank you all for being here today. Please continue to spread the word. Tell folks, go to the Housing Commission's website, sdhc.org. Make sure they apply. And a reminder, the City of San Diego has its program. The City of Chula Vista has a separate program, and the County of San Diego has a separate program. Just make sure if you apply, you send the folks to the right location. If you're in the City of San Diego, City of Chula Vista, you know what to do. If you're in any other city or in the unincorporated areas, go to the County of San Diego. Okay, everyone? Thank you for being here today, and continue to spread the word. Thank you.